Welcome back to the In the Clinic podcast with Rob. And if you are looking to learn how to be competitively great, this is the video and podcast for you. So competitive greatness really sparked a interest this week in our clinic because we went over it as a team. We had some training yesterday where we went over actually what competitive greatness is, what does it mean, how do we apply it to the clinic. But it also applies to our lives, and this is where I really want to dovetail it in today. Because competitive greatness came about because we recently added 3 main values that will really guide our company as we move forward. It will guide our decision making, who we hire, the mindset that people need to have, the personality that they need to have. Who are our best clients? Who are people that we want to do business with as a business to business? So with these 3 values, it really guides our ability to be successful. It makes it very easy for us because it's easier to determine who's going to really rock it in our clinic, which means that our patients and our clients will excel. So these 3 values really are where we're looking to guide ourselves moving forward. And that first one is competitive greatness. It's the top of our pyramid. And we'll dig into it a little bit more. But the second one is unwavering integrity. You know, they say that an honest person, people are always looking to be dishonest. But a dishonest person, you already know. So it's really hard to continue to work with an individual that has demonstrated dishonesty. You're just now confirmed that they're dishonest, so it's hard to truly ever trust them. And how do you have a strong team without trust? You know, it's like an individual that has a marriage that has infidelity. There's always that infidelity that lingers. They've done it once, they'll do it again. It's really hard to let trust happen, and you have to have trust in all relationships. So the third one is one of the most important ones that we do. And this has to be sincere candor. And sincere candor means that you just can't be a jerk. You know, candor is telling it like it is, but, you know, a lot of times we'll say, I'm just being honest. No, you're just being a jerk. You're just being really unkind. And what we really want is kind candor. We want sincere candor. We want to be able to say, call it how it is, but not without being a jerk. So the key is, it's important that people are able to receive areas to improve, and they see it as beneficial. So the kind candor has to be received and delivered both with the kind part. We have to accept the fact that somebody else is actually trying to help improve us, that they actually care enough that they're trying to improve our behavior or decision making or other job. But we also have to be able to deliver that with empathy. So those 3 are the real pillars that we're really advancing forward with: competitive greatness, sincere candor, and unwavering integrity. So let's dig into what competitive greatness really is, because that's what we're talking about today. And it seems like, oh yeah, well, competitive greatness is Tiger Woods. It's Michael Jordan. It's Kobe Bryant. They just have a will to win. Well, what does that really mean? So only people that are winning are the competitive great ones? And if you haven't won yet, then you're not competitively great? So it's binary. It's either a yes or a no. To me, I like to look at it a different way. It's not binary. It's to what extent. Are you competitive great? Yeah. To what extent? How competitively great are you? So if you look at it from that perspective, there's really 6 areas that you can evaluate competitive greatness. And these weren't made up by me. These are actually from John Wooden. And everybody knows that John Wooden, famous basketball coach for UCLA, won 11 straight national championships, and is a legend in the field on how to coach and mainly in leadership. So the whole idea with competitive greatness is that it's really our ability to perform at the highest level in pressure situations, be able to maintain composure under stress, and really continuously strive for improvement. That's what we're trying to do. It really involves pushing yourself to reach your full potential and then even surpassing your own limitations. So let's dovetail again. We're talking about these 6 pillars that has to do with competitive greatness. And the first one is preparation. Great competitors prepare. You think Michael Jordan prepared? Oh yeah. You think in high school he was just all about it? Oh yeah. I mean, Kobe Bryant has had multiple videos that talked about how his goal was to get in 3 practices a day. If he could get 3 practices in a day, and all of his competitors were doing 1 a day, he's ahead. He'd wake up early, practice. Go home, get a bite to eat, rest. Come back in the afternoon, practice. Go home, get a bite to eat, hang with the family, go back and practice. He got 3 in that day. So are you willing to prepare? Are you willing to do that? Can you put in the time and the effort to develop the skills, the knowledge, the physical abilities to give you the true confidence to really face any challenge that comes your way? The second one is mental toughness. What does this even mean? I'm mentally tough. I grit it. I can do it. But no, real competitive greatness, mental toughness really has to do with resilience. It's truly your ability to be resilient no matter what happens. Can you stay focused? Can you stay positive? What happens when you have to face adversity? What do? Do you shrink? Or do you keep fighting? What about when it's not favorable for you? It doesn't look good. You're not going in the right direction. You just quit? It's hard? You find an excuse? Oh, my shoulder hurt. I'm tired. It requires mental toughness to be competitively great. The third one really is teamwork. And just look at team sports. Competitive greatness involves really working together cohesively, supporting your teammates, and it just is understanding that true individual success is really linked to the success of the entire team. When I coached varsity softball for years, I'd tell all the girls when it came down to all league awards. Before we would tell our players who won all league awards, I'd remind them that these awards are only possible because of the success of the team. If you look at some of the teams where we were the league champion and the district champion, when we went undefeated in league and we went down to our all league meetings with all the other coaches were pretty much willing to give a lot of our players first team all league honors solely because we beat everybody twice. We didn't lose a game. How do you do that if you don't have great players on your team? But vice versa, we had exceptional players on other teams that didn't excel to the same level. And our all-league honors, we really have to scrap just to have these players be pushed through that truly deserve to be honored. But the team didn't play well. So the face validity wasn't there to be like, hey, you really need 5 first-team players? You got 5th in league. So those team awards are really a byproduct of the team. So when somebody says, well, this is an individual award, I earned it, yes. But even if you played that great on a team that never won a game, you might not even got the award, which makes them subjective awards. They're not objective. So teamwork matters. Teamwork absolutely matters in competitive greatness. You got to want to see the people that fight with you rise. Can't do it alone. The fourth one, adaptability. Great competitors can adapt to changing circumstances. Actually, they do it faster than anybody else. So now, any deficits they have become strengths because they can adapt, they can change faster than anybody else. They don't linger on a decision for days and days and weeks. Decide, no, they act quickly and they're okay accepting the fate, whether it's right or wrong. They adapt, they remain flexible. They approach any type of obstacle. Fifth one is sportsmanship. If you look at any type of competitor, any true competitor, they want fair play. They want fair play, an even playing field. They're not looking to cheat anything. They're looking to respect their opponents, and they're very gracious in defeat. Rarely do you see a great player put down at somebody else for their success, and led to their ultimate loss. Yeah, I'd just like to give a lot of credit to the New York Yankees for beating us, in the World Series. I mean, they did a fantastic job. They got great players over there. They hit the ball really well, and they took advantage of any mistakes that we made, and it capitalized to the point where, they really deserved it. Gracious. Instead of, those Yankees, all they do is buy all the players anyways. They get the best players. No wonder they win. Not gracious. So competitive greatness doesn't care that they bought players or whatever. They don't care about the situation. They're going to excel. They're going to adapt. They're going to grow. But they're also going to be a good sport about it. And the last one that I have is for competitive greatness is growth and learning. Competitive greatness is really a journey of constantly evolving and improving. It's a journey. So you have to seek out learning opportunities. You have to develop new skills. You have to want to refine any existing skills that you have and just stay ahead of the competition. True competitors know that growing only occurs through learning. And they want to learn. They want to try new things. They want to learn new skills. They want to apply things in a new way. But it's the key part of competitive greatness that let's not get confused. No part did I say that competitive greatness is solely about winning or getting awards. That's just a byproduct of being competitively great. When you go through these and you seek out growth and learning, you have great sportsmanship, you adapt on the fly, you're willing to be a team player, you are mentally tough, and you prepare like nobody else, yeah, you're going to win. You're going to win as a byproduct. But it's not solely about winning championships. It's just the byproduct of doing all the work. So what does it really mean to be competitive great in our personal lives? What does it even mean in our relationships, our health, our wellness, our fitness, our mental health, our daily disciplines? How do you prepare in your daily life? Do you attack the day with any level of fitness, nutrition, wellness in general? Do you seek out improving your own mental health through meditation, journaling, serenity feels? Do you react to the world, or do you attack it? Are you preparing meals at home? Are you planning your day to invest your time before the day starts? Or do you just, go to the gas station and get something under the hot lamp? Do you order DoorDash to your work because you won't do it at home? Your personal habits dictate your success in your future. Are you mentally tough? Number 2, are you mentally tough? Is it everyone else's fault? I can't be successful because nobody's successful doing this. They have more money to spend, so we can't ever beat the Yankees. False. Mental toughness is beating back those false beliefs that hold us from being our true best self. Beat those back. Stop moaning. Stop complaining. Because mental toughness is built in the struggle. It's built in the struggle. You've been down this road. It's like it doesn't faze you. You've been through the fire. You know how hard your sword is? It's going to cut everything. You're not worried about it. You're not fazed. when something happens in the world, you don't react to it, you attack it. At work, are you a lone wolf? At home, are you an isolated person? Do you have to control everything? I'm the only one that can do it right. I'm the only one that can actually get it done around here. I'm the only one that can do X, Y, Z. Or is it you just don't trust anybody? You have trust issues. And you hide it behind that nobody's good enough. Adaptability. Can you change on the fly? Do you have a growth mindset? Do you, if your plan deviates, are you just underwater, or do you adapt and make it even better and change? Because you could change. You can adapt. You can have peace in your heart and your mind and still be a fighter. Relentless. Sportsmanship. Are you gracious in defeat? Do you talk poorly about your competitors because they're whooping you? Oh, they must be cheating. They must be on something. They must be not paying their taxes or whatever. You don't even know, but you're going to try and bring them down to make yourself feel better that you're not being successful. Because that's what's the first thing we do. We can't suck, right? We're special. We're special people. It can't be that I'm not good enough. Somebody must be cheating. Wrong. You're not special. You only get what you get because you put the work in, the time in, and you're willing to be a good sport about it. You're able to look at your competitor and say, good for you. Nice. Because if you can do it, I can do it. If you can excel in your business and be kicking my tail, good. Because now I can do it. Because what one person can do, another person can do. But the biggest one, are you willing to grow and learn in your personal life? Are you're willing to improve your skill, improve your health, weight, nutrition, your mindset? Are you willing to do everything to improve your own physical health, your mental health? Are you willing to learn to improve these things? Because that's what it really comes down to. Are you willing to put in the work? Because the energy's the same. If you give really poor effort, you eat like an a-hole. Whatever you see, you put in your mouth. You don't work out. You lay around all day. You don't eat your stationary. You play on your computer. You play on your phone. You sit. You don't move. And now you're considered obese. Yeah, whose fault is that? Oh, it's somebody else's. It's everybody else's problem. I can't be successful. How about you learn? How about you grow? How about you don't accept it? Don't accept it. Other people have done it. You could do it too. So what holds you back from being competitively great? What holds you back? Yeah, fear. You want to lose weight? Well, you've tried it in the past and you failed, so why try again? What if I fail again? Now, what if it will never happen? What if I can't lose weight? I see it all the time in our training facility. It's the false belief that if I failed once, I'm going to fail again. Wrong. When you first started learning to walk, did you fall? You did, but you didn't stop because your brain didn't get in the way. It wasn't fully developed yet to tell you, no, you can't do it. You're not good enough. No, walking's a skill. And you know what else is a skill? Taking care of yourself. Health is a skill. Wellness is a skill. How you apply it to sleep, to relaxation, to your mental health, to your weight, to your nutrition. Everything's combined, connected. But are you willing to grow and learn? Are you just going to do the same thing every day? You're going to keep reading books and never apply anything? It's tough. It's tough because it requires competitive greatness. Competitive greatness is not about the success. It's about being willing to do the work. Not being satisfied with just being average. Will you prepare? Will you put the time in ahead of time before that day comes? Will you be mentally tough when your plan doesn't work and people are making fun of you? They're teasing you. They're talking behind your back. Who cares? Who cares? Successful people don't care. They don't care what insignificant people say. Can you adapt? Things don't go perfect. You just throw in the towel, or do you do something about it? Teamwork. Are you willing to work with others and show them that you trust them, so then now they'll trust you back? And you know what? You could be way more successful as a team than as an individual. Look at anything. Having a team always wins. Always wins. But are you going to grow and adapt? Because you know what? Some of you won't. Some of you won't. Some of you will read book after book after book and apply nothing. Some of you will complain about everybody and what they can do and why they're successful and why you're not, and how it's your not fault. It's not your fault. Your brain will tell you anything you want to hear to get you to not feel like you need a change. Heck, society will tell you don't need to change. Everything's okay now. But it's not. It's not. Because there's a tough world out there. It's hard. It requires resilience, mental toughness, courage. You've got to prepare. You've got to apply yourself. You've got to look for teammates that will help make you better, that will push you, that will give sincere candor to you and say, no, man, you're not doing what you want to do. What you told me is your goal. You're doing the exact opposite. Who's going to do that for you in your life? Who's going to tell you that and disappoint you and say that's okay because they know you'll be better in the end because they've disappointed you with their words? But what are you going to do? You're going to push them away. You're going to tell them, nah, you got it wrong, man. I'm perfect. I'm awesome. And you won't even listen. Then you'll be stuck in the same spot over and over until you just give up and you'll say, you know what? Nothing works. Or it's somebody else's fault. Now I'm a victim, or else I would have been great. No. It's because you're afraid. You're afraid to be competitively great. And that's what it takes. You got to grow. You got to learn. You got to keep iterating to figure out how to be successful. Not just say, I tried it once. And that's over. So here's the key. Competitive greatness is not an accident. It just doesn't happen. You don't turn it on a switch. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's what you do in your personal life, you'll do in your business life, what you'll do in your relationships. Everything. How you do one thing, you do everything. So my hope for you is this. Be competitively great. Go get it. Stop listening to the voice in the head that wants you to just be the same. Stop listening to the family members and friends that just want you to be the same. Because if you're still watching this video or you're still listening to me, the reason you are is because you're thirsty for that change. You want it. You're already in the sixth phase, which is the growth phase. The growth in learning. You're seeking out knowledge. You're trying to find a way how. So apply it. Stop listening to the head. Stop listening to the governor inside the brain that wants you to be comfortable, that wants you to sit in that chair, to work out tomorrow. Just do it one more day. Eat whatever you want because you're going to diet tomorrow. You won't. That won't be empathetic to your coworkers or your friends or your family members. That won't actually try and put their lives above your own. And now you're going, well, I get burned all the time. I get taken advantage of. Yeah, because you have trust issues. You're always looking for people to burn you. So the key is if you want more in your life, in your wellness, in your fitness, in your relationships, or even your business, whatever you want, you can have it. You can have it. But you have to be competitively great. You can't turn it on like a switch. You can't just make it happen at will. It has to be who you are. So if you're still watching this, go get it. You were born for greatness. You're born to do awesome things. You can do it. If one person's done it, another person can do it. You can be transformational. You could be the person that you've always wanted to be. You can make a difference in your lives, your family's lives, your spouse, your kids, your grandkids. You could be the person. You could be the one that makes a difference for everyone, that they look to and say, yeah, I want to be like them. And then you've already given the path. You've cut through the stone. Their path will be accelerated because of you. Stop all the excuses, all the stuff that your brain tells you to get you to not do it, and make it happen. Go make it happen. Be competitively great 1% every day, and it will happen. Overall, thank you for watching this video. I hope you got a ton of value out of it, and I hope you're thinking now and challenge you. I want to challenge you to change. I want to challenge you to change. Not just to listen to this, but I want you to apply it. I want you to go through those principles and say, how can I improve my competitive greatness? But through preparation, improve my mental toughness, harden me off to where nothing phases me. How do you apply more teamwork so you trust more people? How do you adapt to your surroundings when things aren't perfect? How do you add better sportsmanship where you're gracious and grateful for your failures? It can happen, and you can do it. Go be great.